Welcome back to the Wellness Paradigm Podcast, where we explore what it really takes to feel good in your body, break free from outdated health rules, and rewrite your personal path to wellness. I'm your host, Shannon Salgi, and you're tuning into a special launch series where I've invited 8 incredible guests to answer one powerful question. What's one paradigm shift in your wellness journey that has changed everything for you? These conversations are just short, real, and designed to just spark something in you, whether you're just starting your health journey or you've been on this path for a few years. So I'd love to invite my good friend Kendall Hitch in and let's go and dive in. Floor is yours.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me, Shannon. So excited to be here and share a little bit of my world and my experience with your audience. For me, definitely kind of an easy question in the way that it just came to me really quick, the answer,
Mhm.
which was learning about the nervous system. I didn't even know what that word meant when I first heard it. And that was about 9 years ago now, 8, 9 years ago. It was when I was actually first going through the process of my own autoimmune diagnosis of lupus. And that was a moment where kind of the walls came down around what you thought, the life you were creating was, your personality was, what you thought health was, and all of this stuff. And just, I was getting the message from all of the doctors that I was going to that basically this is a lifetime sentence. If anything, it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. We're going to start with one medication, add more on as we go. And everything I searched for on the internet kind of painted the same picture. And I was looking at the possibility of heart complications, of brain-based complications, of lung-based complications, and just really living in this world of fear around my body and really my life in general. And at this time, I was 21. So this is really also a pivotal time in your life where you are kind of deciding like what direction am I going to go with my career and like where I want to live and where I want to work and what I want to do. And I just felt like the walls were closing in on me with this diagnosis and what was happening. So I was going so deep into anxiety, I was going so deep into depression. And I did intuitively start to see this link of like, oh, wow, the more stressed and anxious I seem to feel, my symptoms do flare up. But I didn't really understand like why. Everyone says, well, stress is bad. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense, but like, why? And I'm always the person who kind of needs more of that, like, why? I'm not just gonna accept what someone tells me. That's been my whole life to be kind of that black sheep of like, okay, that's interesting, but why are we doing things like this? Why can't I do this? And question. I did start to question, I started to question, maybe there's something there. And I also had this really intense understanding that if I didn't look for another kind of solution or pathway on this journey, the only other option was to kind of to go down that dark, more constricting lifestyle of closing off your life, of taking more and more medications, of, whatever that would require. Right. So basically, through a series of events, I found this like meditation retreat center in Spain. And I went there and I was, I'd been in like the yoga world and stuff like that before. It's something that had spoken to me. I wasn't by any means like, professional. It's something that had been in my life here and there. But this program was unique in that it wasn't just giving you like yoga classes and meditations, it was going into more of kind of the why of things as well. So one of the first things they taught us was like, this is your nervous system, and these are symptoms of nervous system dysregulation.
Mhm.
And I still remember looking at that page and just like one of those moments where you just feel like your life completely changed because I was like, wait, these are my symptoms. Like these are all of my symptoms. And the next, thing we learned was we have control over our nervous system. And this was like, the world came crashing down, but in the best way. Like all of those walls and barriers you had built for yourself, seeing this light kind of come through and saying, wow, I actually have so much control over what I experience in my mental health and my physical health, and they're very much connected. And that basic understanding has been kind of like that thread that ties together all of my personal health journey and my professional decision to go into the health and wellness world. And it's always been there, and it's always been part of the way I healed myself and talked to my clients. And it's kind of interesting because now I've gone full circle, and that's just completely 100% what I focus on. That's what I do. That's my thing. Because of that, and still because of that initial realization, like your nervous system is kind of the driver, not kind of, it is the driver of your experience in this world when it comes to your health, physically, mentally, your relationships, how you relate to others, not just your partner, but anyone. And, your career. If you want to go into expansion, you need kind of the circuitry in your nervous system to actually be able to handle that expansion as well. So it's been such a gift for me because literally it's brought me through all of those areas deeper into my purpose, deeper into my own physical healing, illuminated that area of relationships, which continues to be a work in progress for me, as many of us are on that journey. But it's been that cornerstone that is just present in every area of my life and work.
My goodness. Guys, we are going to dive so deep into not only this topic, but more on Kendall's story, which is incredible. But I love this. You're going to see lots of topics of nervous system and health, and I cannot wait to dive further in. Feel free to tag me or Kendall if you found this useful. Make sure to stick around because we have some other incredible conversations for the rest of this series, and can't wait to see you guys on the next one.